The people losing their entire life savings to this are not the people you think. They are not careless. They are not confused. They are sharp, educated, careful retirees. The kind who read every bill twice and never click a strange link. And they are walking into their own bank, in person, withdrawing tens of thousands of dollars in cash and handing it straight to a criminal, all while believing with total certainty that they are protecting their money, not losing it. It happens in a single afternoon. It starts with one phone call, and by the time the family finds out, the money is gone in a way that cannot be reversed, cannot be traced, and cannot be recovered. Not by the bank, not by the police, not by anyone. This is now one of the fastest growing financial crimes against older Americans in the entire country. And the reason it works on smart people is the single most important thing I am going to explain to you today. Because once you understand the trick, the exact psychological move at the center of it, you become almost impossible to fool. And I'm going to give you one sentence, one simple sentence you can keep in your back pocket for the rest of your life that instantly exposes this scam, no matter how convincing the person on the phone sounds. Get a pen, because this is the kind of thing you only need to know once, but you need to know it before the call comes, not after. Here is what I am going to walk you through. In order. First, exactly how this scam works, step by step, from the first phone call to the moment the money is gone, so you can recognize it the instant it begins. Second, the reason it works on intelligent, careful people, because the trick is not about being gullible. It is about a specific pressure they put on you, and once you see it, you cannot be fooled by it. Third, the one sentence that ends it cold, no matter who is on the phone or how official they sound. And fourth, what to do if it has already started, for you or for someone you love, because there is a narrow window where this can still be stopped. Stay with me, especially for the third part, because that one sentence is the single most useful thing in this entire video. My name is Reed Banks, and I work as a federal tax specialist. Most of my work is with retirees on Social Security, Medicare, taxes, and the federal rules around your money. And I am telling you about this one because, unlike a tax rule or a deduction, this is the kind of thing that does not cost you a few dollars. It can cost you everything you spent a lifetime saving in an afternoon. I am not here to scare you. I am here to make you the person this does not work on, and to make you the person who can stop it from working on someone you love. Let me tell you about Walter, because Walter is exactly the kind of person who is not supposed to fall for this, and he almost lost everything. Walter is 74, a retired high school principal from outside Columbus, Ohio. Walter is not naive. He spent 30 years running a building full of teenagers. He is calm, he is skeptical, he double checks things. One Tuesday afternoon, Walter's phone rang. The man on the other end said he was from a federal agency. He was polite, he was professional, he was not pushy at first. He told Walter that his social security number had been linked to a crime, that there were fraudulent accounts opened in his name, and that his bank accounts were now compromised and at risk of being frozen or drained by the criminals at any moment. And then the man said the thing that changes everything. He said, "We need to help you move your money to a secure, protected account right now before they can take it." He told Walter the only safe way to do this was to withdraw his savings in cash and deposit it into a secure, government-protected machine, a cryptocurrency kiosk that the agency would use to safeguard it. He stayed on the phone with Walter the entire time. He told Walter not to discuss it with the bank teller because, he said, the criminals may have someone working on the inside. Walter drove to his bank. Walter, a careful man, a skeptical man, stood at the counter, ready to withdraw $40,000 to feed into a machine, because he was 100% certain he was saving it. That is how good this is. And in a moment, I'm going to tell you what saved Walter, because someone did. So let me show you exactly how this scam works, step by step, because the structure is always the same. And once you know the shape of it, you can see it coming from the very first sentence. Step 1, the call. You get a phone call or sometimes a text or an email from someone claiming to be the IRS, Social Security, Medicare, your bank, or law enforcement. They sound official. And here is the unsettling part. They often already know your name and sometimes real details about you, your address, the last digits of an account, because so much information has been leaked over the years that knowing a few facts about you is easy and means nothing. Step 2, the fear. They tell you something is terribly wrong and that it is urgent. Your identity was stolen. Your account is compromised. You owe back taxes and a warrant is being issued. There is criminal activity tied to your name. The details change, but the goal is always the same: to flood you with fear and urgency so fast that you stop thinking clearly and start just doing what you are told. Step 3, the false rescue. This is the heart of it. Having frightened you, they now offer to save you. They become your ally against the threat. They tell you the only way to protect your money is to move it right now, somewhere safe. Withdraw the cash. Put it into this machine. Buy these gift cards. Wire it to this protected account. The specifics vary, but it is always move your money to keep it safe. Step 4, the isolation. They keep you on the phone. They tell you not to talk to anyone, not your bank, not your family, because the criminals could be anyone, even people you trust. This keeps you inside the bubble of fear where they control everything you hear. And step 5, the point of no return. You move the money. The instant cash goes into a crypto kiosk, or a gift card number is read aloud, or a wire is sent, it is gone. Permanently. It cannot be reversed, it cannot be traced, it cannot be recovered. That is precisely why they choose these methods. They are designed to be final. Now here's the part I most want you to understand, because this is the part that protects you. Why does this work on smart, careful, skeptical people like Walter? It works because it does not attack your intelligence. It attacks your fear. And it does it in a specific order. They frighten you first before you can think. And then, while your heart is pounding, they offer to be the one who saves you. A frightened person does not evaluate the rescuer. A frightened person grabs the hand that is offered. That is human. That is all of us. And being smart does not turn it off, because the fear comes before the thinking. They also use authority, the IRS, the police, the government, because we are raised to comply with official voices. And they use urgency, right now, today, before it is too late. Because urgency is the enemy of careful thought. Skepticism does not protect you here, because they are not asking you to believe something unbelievable. They are asking you to protect yourself from a threat, which feels like the responsible thing to do. The trick is that the threat is fake and the rescuer is the thief. Once you see that shape, fear, then false rescue, you can never unsee it, and that is what makes you safe. So here is the one sentence, the single most useful thing in this video, and I want you to say it out loud right now so it is in your own voice. No real agency will ever ask you to move your money to keep it safe. Say it again. No real agency, the IRS, Social Security, Medicare, your bank, the police, no real agency will ever ask you to withdraw your money or wire it or put it in a machine or buy gift cards to protect it. That is not a thing that happens. The IRS does not call and demand cash. Social Security does not tell you to feed money into a Bitcoin kiosk. Your bank does not call and ask you to move your money out of your bank to keep it safe from your bank. The moment anyone, no matter how official, no matter how much they seem to know about you, no matter how frightened they have made you, the moment anyone tells you to move your money to protect it, the call is a scam. Full stop. You do not need to argue. You do not need to figure out if it is real. You do not need to be polite. You hang up. That one sentence collapses every version of this scam, because they all rely on the same move, convincing you to move your money. And a real agency never makes that move. The action step. Write that sentence down and tape it to your phone, or your refrigerator, or wherever you will see it. No real agency will ever ask you to move your money to keep it safe. And teach it to the people you love. Now let me tell you what saved Walter, because this is the other half of how we beat this. While Walter stood at the counter, quietly asking to withdraw $40,000 in cash, the teller, a woman named Denise, noticed two things. She noticed the unusual size of the withdrawal, and she noticed that Walter kept glancing at his phone, where a call was still connected. Banks across the country are now training their employees to watch for exactly this. A senior making a large, sudden cash withdrawal while on the phone. Because in case after case, the customer is being coached by a scammer in real time, right there at the window. Denise asked Walter, gently, what the money was for. And because the scammer had told Walter not to discuss it, Walter hesitated. And that hesitation was everything. Denise asked him to step away from the phone for 1 minute and talk to her. That 1 minute out of the bubble was enough for the spell to crack. They called the real agency together. There was no case, no warrant, no compromised account. Walter kept his $40,000. So I am telling you this so you know two things. If a bank employee ever questions a large withdrawal, Do not be offended. Answer them honestly, because they may be the last line of defense between you and a total loss. And if you are ever the one on the phone being told to move money fast and not tell anyone, that instruction, do not tell anyone, is itself the proof it is a scam. Real help does not require secrecy. So what do you do if it has already started, for you or for someone you love? If you are on a call right now and any of this is happening, hang up. You do not owe a scammer politeness. Then call the agency back yourself, using a number you look up independently, never a number they gave you, and confirm there is no actual issue. If money has already been sent, act immediately, because there is sometimes a narrow window. Call your bank right away to report it. Call the local police and report it to the FTC. The faster you move, the slightly better the odds. Though I will be honest with you, once cash is in a crypto kiosk, it is usually gone, which is exactly why prevention is everything here. And if you are worried about a parent or an older friend, do the most powerful thing you can do, which is to talk about it before it ever happens. Tell them Walter's story. Give them the one sentence. People who have heard about this scam in advance are dramatically harder to fool, because the spell only works on someone hearing it for the first time, under pressure, alone. Let me leave you with this. The states are starting to act. Indiana became the first state to ban cryptocurrency ATMs outright earlier this year. And within weeks, Tennessee and Minnesota followed. And by this spring, dozens of states had passed laws restricting these kiosks specifically because of this scam. That tells you how real and how widespread this is. But laws move slowly, and the call could come tomorrow. So your protection is not a law, it is a sentence, and you already have it. No real agency will ever ask you to move your money to keep it safe. Walter was a careful, skeptical, intelligent man, and he was 60 seconds away from losing $40,000, saved only because a stranger asked him one question. You do not have to count on a stranger. You can be your own Denise, and you can be the Denise for the people you love. If this helped you, hit the like button, because it honestly helps this reach one more person before the call reaches them, and that timing is everything. And subscribe, because I break down one of these money and safety rules in plain English every single week. And the next one I have for you is the quiet way scammers are now using your own grandchildren's voices to do this, and exactly how to know it is fake in the first 10 seconds. And before you go, do the one thing that matters most. Pick up the phone, or sit down at the next family dinner and tell the people you love the one sentence and Walter's story. Because the person this happens to is almost always someone who never saw it coming. And the person who saves them is almost always someone who warned them first. Be that person. This is Reed Banks, and I will see you in the next video.